Welcome back. So, now we're gonna have to boost some of these women back up after, slam dancing the other ones. If you've seen that other video, a lot of women have been going through things, and as the world changes, you know, everyone's just getting massive labels. Now, I don't believe this is a large group of women, but I do believe that there are women like this. So, let's teach the world about, some of the good women that are still out there and we overlook every day.
Sigma women often have a distorted image of themselves due to their childhood experiences. They carry the echoes of shame and disgust they endured as teenagers and wear masks to maintain appearances, which becomes a heavy burden. It feels like they are wading through life in ill-fitting armor that is cumbersome and exhausting. The path to adulthood for a Sigma woman is usually full of hardship. Challenges become their constant companions, and they have to face one obstacle after another. Even after reaching adulthood, the struggles continue, with one battle leading to the next. Sigma women are often left with a haunting question that lingers in their minds. Why are they different? They constantly strive to understand why certain experiences seem to affect them alone, and why their perspectives often diverge from the majority. This feeling of dissonance can sometimes lead them to believe that they are fundamentally flawed, while others may feel like giving up entirely. The origins of this experience can be traced back to childhood. Today, many Sigma women stand on this foundation which has been shaped by their past experiences. In this context, we will explore 6 common battle scars that mark the journey of a wounded Sigma woman. It's important to remember that these scars hold the potential for immense strength. Before we start, please like and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications.
Yes, please.
As a young Sigma girl, your personality is unique and blossoming. However, society often demands conformity to a pre-approved mold. Parents and teachers may pressure you to reshape who you are, forcing you to abandon your true self at a crucial stage in your development. The constant message to be more extroverted can make you feel like your favorite song has been remixed into a bland, generic pop tune. This pressure to conform can lead to a mistaken diagnosis of ADHD. You may feel bombarded with the idea that constant cheer and sociability are the only paths to happiness, while your love for solitary exploration and inquisitive nature is deemed abnormal. Raising a Sigma child is a unique experience. They are independent thinkers who forge their own paths, constantly questioning and uncovering secrets that others may try to shield. While academic success is important, understanding their complex minds can be a challenge. Many parents may feel overwhelmed, mistaking the Sigma's unwavering desire to be understood as stubbornness. It's a classic Stoic dilemma, reconciling your inner world with the expectations of others.
The thing is, people try to push against a certain thing, a lifestyle, and try to say certain things, but women's natural reality starting to come out as you get older and starting to realize, like, wait up, this is an act. I'm acting. Some of you wake up, some of you don't, because all women are not Sigmas. So we're not talking about every type of woman, because this just said this type of woman, she's never been a type of woman to want to party it up and no, she's interested in being in a house, learning things, and then going out and enjoying life. But when she, this is the type of person that you don't want Sharif. She's the female Sharif. We don't want to hear that shit, Sharif. Why you always corny? Why you always dragging it? Oh, don't do this and don't do that. And she's weird. Just leave her by herself. She's a weirdo. She actually likes to follow laws of God and stuff. What's wrong with her?
2. Growing up confused and feeling like an outcast. Imagine a young tree growing in the dense shade of a towering oak.
Any young girl that doesn't have sex, you're an outcast now. You're the fucking cornball now. You're the one that gets beat up. When, it was reversed, the whore was the one that got made fun of. The whore was the one that got beat up. Mr. Thuggo was the one that got suppressed. Get it? See, when we ruled, we were fair to them. We just told them, keep that shit in the corner somewhere where nobody could see it. You just do what you just gotta do. Now that it's their turn, we get all of this other shit. We get called weirdo, and we're weird. Because we're different. Ain't that ironic that the world's pushing be different, but when you want to be good and different, they're like, whoa, you're corny. You corny. Girl, you lame. You a pick me. You a pick me. Why you want a man to pick you? Because men pick women for marriage. That's why. And if you don't act right, you don't get picked.
Sunlight struggles to reach its leaves, leaving it stunted and unsure of its direction. This is the experience of many Sigma girls growing up.
Yes.
They don't necessarily feel badly damaged, but rather like they're living in a constant state of confusion. They perpetually feel like outsiders due to the watchful eye of controlling parents who teach them to stifle their true selves. The fear of acting out, being labeled difficult or worse, keeps them grounded. They exist in a world full of shoulds and shouldn'ts, where their natural inquisitiveness is often seen as a threat to the established order. Their bold opinions are met with raised eyebrows and hushed tones, making them feel ostracized from their peers. As a young and intelligent Sigma girl, there are challenges that come with being malleable. While they are able to navigate these challenges with their intelligence, it also leads to a deep sense of loneliness. Those closest to them often misunderstand them, and their inner struggles go unnoticed. They learn early on that expressing their concerns only causes more trouble, so they keep it all inside. This leaves them with countless unanswered questions swirling in their minds.
And that's where GMB come into play. Someone that'll actually listen to you, and if you say dumb shit, I'm gonna correct you with the truth. And that's it. I don't need to yell at you, I don't need to nothing. I'm gonna make you say it 2 times and then tell you, now say that again and listen to the words coming out of your mouth. And then you'll get it, because you're a big girl. And you're different. You're not like them, so why the fuck do you think you're gonna live like them? Stop trying to fit in. Come be different with the rest of us. We're all different. And how many of us there are? A whole lot.
Leading to a sense of isolation. However, in this state of isolation, they find that being alone is the only place where they feel truly safe. They learn to separate themselves from the chaos around them and find comfort in their own thoughts. This can be seen as a stoic response, finding inner peace amidst external turmoil. 3. Being misunderstood and vulnerable to labeling. Sigma girls learn an early and harsh lesson. Stepping outside the lines typically ends poorly. Daring to be different, to follow their instincts, often leads to hurtful labels.
You ain't gonna have a hot girl summer, girl. You are so corny. You're really gonna fucking not cheat on him? You're not gonna be with him forever? Why do you even care? And then you cheat and then get caught, and then now you really ain't with him forever, and you lose your husband.
Being called names becomes a constant reminder that they don't quite fit the mold. This makes them vulnerable to being ostracized or mocked, creating a confusing emotional landscape. Many Sigma girls, in an effort to belong, adopt a sweet and agreeable persona designed to please others. After internalizing the consequences of defying authority, Sigma girls become keen observers. They meticulously dissect what earns approval, leading to their people-pleasing tendencies. This tendency is a survival strategy in a world that seems to reject their authentic selves. However, as they mature, a simmering resentment begins to rise. The realization that they'll never be fully understood by those who misunderstand them fuels a rebellious spirit. Breaking free from this cycle of people-pleasing and stifling expectations is a long, arduous battle. Not every Sigma woman escapes this cycle. Some get pulled back in, succumbing to the pressure to conform. Others, fearing the unknown that lies beyond the familiar confines of their self-constructed persona, settle for a less fulfilling life.
Now, that's where you get the 35 to 40-year-olds that are like desperate and they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab any man in my phone that whoever's the best ranking and single, you won't go and do the natural thing of let me go out here and try to actually find a new guy that kind of probably don't have all this backup fucking knowledge of me and shit that I don't know he knows. Anyway, or do other things that I don't really need no man and I could be happy and then not have no real plan. You talk about a rich people plan. I'm gonna travel and I'm gonna spend money and get drunk and have fun. You've been doing that for 40 fucking years. Why would you want to do that for the next 40? Be serious. Now, the true reality is, there are some men out here. And if you can't learn to show parts of yourself and actually make a man understand that you're not like other women, and that's why you may be a little rough or a little, scary or whatever this is, because I am more than likely sure yous get curved a lot by men because you don't put out, men are acting too early, they're not really learning to understand you, or they understand you to a certain degree, but you hide back a person, like a part of yourself that, they can't get it. And then they're just like, they're weird. They're cheating. They're just angry. They're just too clingy. They're fucking dirt. You get it? And that's why it takes a certain type of man. Oh yeah, a man that's been through things like you and, wised up and started realizing I'm different. I don't care about their fucking world, their rules, their stereotypes, because I'm not in that world. I get to create a whole new one. Get it? I get to make my own rules. Well, not really. Rules, but not laws, because, the law and all that stuff. But, hey, a lot of his laws allow men to do things and women to do things that y'all say and then y'all don't want, but y'all want some of it and then y'all don't want the other parts. And it's just like, life is about negotiations. Once you get to this certain level and your time's running out and you may be stuck on this lonely path, well, retiring with a man isn't the only thing a man or a woman can do. Retire together. There's plenty of other things that the Lord or yourself or whatever. Most people are going to literally die miserable. Doing nothing. The same thing they were doing the beginning of their life, they're going to do that all the way into that. Don't do that to yourself.
It's only when they reach a point of self-awareness, realizing that they've been living a life dictated by external expectations, that the true journey begins. This is where you are now, embarking on a quest for self-understanding and reclaiming your authentic self. 4. Not having a clue of who you really are. Many Sigma women go through the experience of looking at themselves in a distorted mirror and not recognizing the face they see. They lose touch with their true selves due to the constant pressure to conform and the labels society puts on them. This leaves them questioning their identity and lacking a strong sense of self-worth.
because you never made an identity. You followed everyone else. Even if you were a Sigma and excluded yourself. The same thing with the men. If we didn't do and listen to everybody else, we would have been realized these things and said, alright, I'm going to figure out how to talk and we're going to get our voice heard. We're going to speak aloud so the other ones can hear us. So when everybody else judges us like, oh, well, using this, so what? We're together and you're not. Period. We still beat the odds and you're still going towards that motherfucking wall. To doom.
The only lifeline they have is the natural ability to detect deception. They become characters in someone else's story, caught in the narratives of others. They lack the awareness that the image projected by parents and teachers is just a facade and an attempt to hide their true selves. Their unique potential and independent mind remain hidden and unrecognized. This dissonance leads many Sigma women to believe they are broken or cursed, with a faulty internal compass. Some of them surrender to despair, while others become people pleasers as a coping mechanism to earn validation from others. Some may even resign themselves to a life that feels unfulfilling. However, it's important to remember the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control. In this case, actively seeking knowledge and understanding to reclaim your authentic self is the first step towards becoming the powerful and unique individual you were always meant to be. 5. Being raised by an abusive or overprotective parents.
How many women actually go through that? I'm sorry to throw you moms under the bus and all, but you know, you ain't really doing too much of a good job. I seen a fucking little girl today in a fire alarm near my job because I sweep the floor and near school, you know what I mean? And when I say I would have punched my fucking daughter in the face, she ever thought she's gonna walk into school with shorts on and then you got underwears where you can see through the shorts. I'm punching you in the fucking face. This shit needs to stop. We got little girls doing stripper shit. This shit is out of control, bro.
The worst environment for a Sigma woman. Imagine a garden choked by thorny vines, a place where beauty struggles to thrive. This is the experience of the worst environment for Sigma women is like a garden choked by thorny vines.
And that's why you need GMB men to come cut the fucking vines off and say, get up. We got work to do.
Where beauty struggles to thrive. This is often experienced by Sigma women who were raised by abusive or overprotective parents. An abusive parent who is consumed by narcissism may view their Sigma child as a threat rather than a blossoming flower. The Sigma child's independent spirit, which is described as stubborn and daring.
It's because you surpassed them when you were a kid. Once they start getting jealous and mad at you, it's because when they were an adult, they were saying shit that you're saying now as a fucking child. The understanding of good and right and wrong, and I want to do this and I can do anything and all this. They had that same shit in them, and somebody beat that shit right out of them, or they went through some hard shit in the 70s and the 80s, and you know what I mean? It wasn't really fair back then for y'all neither, so, you know, that's why I don't really kind of blame all the older women completely, because you just got to deal with these Captain Thuggos and high value fucking dick tossers. Throwing dick everywhere and then popping shit on everybody. Get the fuck out of here with you guys.
May be perceived with suspicion and hostility. As the Sigma child grows older, their desire to follow their instincts and pursue unconventional ideas may clash with the rigid expectations imposed by their parents. Despite their unconventional ideas being potentially brilliant, they may be viewed as weird and crazy by their parents. Overprotective parents, on the other hand, can be like smothering hedges. They mean well, but ultimately hinder growth. They struggle to accept a Sigma woman's burgeoning independence, clinging to the illusion that their little Sigma still needs constant protection. Parents who are both abusive and overprotective often underestimate the resilience of Sigma women. They do not realize the strength that lies beneath their surface, which enables them to handle these challenging dynamics gracefully.
20 years later, 17, she's a little older now, and she's busting every man's balls in the world. Let me get the door for you. No, I ain't fucking got it. And you sure you should do that? Yo, if you fucking tell me one more thing to do, that's because their parents been challenging every fucking thing about them. So when we even try to give our point of view, you think we're your parent. I don't need no daddy. I don't want to be a daddy. I just want to make the right choice. Because if you fuck up, then I'm fucked up. So, we ain't nothing wrong with double checking. But, I get it. When you're abused in a certain way and people come at you in a certain way and you're not realizing it's not abuse, it's someone actually cares, you don't know the fucking difference.
Even if it may come off as prickly, the insults and attempts to dominate by abusive parents are like weak weeds compared to the deep-rooted power of the Sigma spirit. 6. Always internalizing the hurt. Imagine a woman who identifies as a Sigma personality type. She carries within her a heavy burden of negative emotions that have accumulated over the years due to experiences of disappointment, frustration, and being labeled as an outcast.
And you have to learn how to transmute that energy. See, people say, let it go, blah, blah, blah. No, you gotta do something with it. That's what you were designed to do. Let it out, express it, find use in it. I know I did. All my anger, all my ego, all that shit they try to get me to turn evil with, I just gave it a name, Vegeta, Jack Ripper, J Pressure, gave it a job. You're gonna rap and get these bars, and then we're gonna write about these motherfuckers and smash them to dust right in their fucking face, and they're gonna sit there and bob their head like, yeah, those are bars. I'm talking about you, you faggot ass nigga.
These emotions are bottled up inside her, eating away at her from within. Sigma women tend to internalize their pain because they fear that nobody will understand them. Even if they try to express themselves, they often feel judged and misunderstood by others. This silence and lack of emotional expression can cause others to perceive them as unemotional or excessively calm. However, this calmness is just a facade that hides a storm of hidden emotions, which can lead to feelings of vengeance and a reluctance to forgive. Every Sigma woman carries the scars of early life experiences that have shaped their personality.
And you need to let that go. By understanding if those things didn't happen, you wouldn't be as strong as you are. You wouldn't be able to do, or you wouldn't have chose to. You wouldn't be where you are. It's not a bad thing. You can change it in any time you want and start making it better. And that's before you fucking get with other people and have friends and all this other. No, you gotta actually love yourself. Parent yourself. You know how you loved everybody else? You know how your mom and all these other people you tried and they just didn't listen? Do that to yourself. Wake up in the morning and say, I love you, like your fucking mother was supposed to or your father was supposed to. Before you go to bed, hug yourself and say, you're the fucking best I've ever had, like your man was supposed to. All them fucking things. Go take yourself out on a date. Go flirt with somebody and like, nah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if I still got it. You know what I mean? Do things. Do things. Don't just fucking exist in this world like the rest of these people. You're too smart. You've been through too much to go out like a sucker.
The good news is that even deep wounds can heal, just like a damaged flower can be nurtured back to life.
Exactly.
Nobody should be forced to abandon their true selves or punished for being authentic. Feeling like an outcast or a puzzle piece that doesn't fit is the root of the Sigma stay away attitude, which can often be confusing for parents. Even though they mean well, their attempts to help Sigma women by setting up blind dates or forcing them to socialize can backfire and add more pressure to an already overflowing emotional cauldron.
Oh, really?
A mother's concern for her daughter's happiness or a father's fear of her loneliness can be expressions of love, but they can also be unintentionally stifling. Healing for a Sigma woman is a long process that requires self-discipline and a willingness to confront the emotions they've kept hidden for so long. Watching videos can be a helpful starting point. True change can only come from taking action, applying the knowledge gained, and embarking on a journey of self-discovery.
See? You gotta get out and do things. Stop looking at the world. Stop looking at their story. Stop looking at the way they say it's supposed to be. And start realizing it is where it's supposed to be for you. And they never ever seen nothing like this before. Or they don't want people to live like this because, majority rules and all that. So fuck them. We're free. We're going to create what we want. We're going to do what we want. And we're not going to break laws. And we're going to tell everybody just like everybody else told us. I do what the fuck I want to do. That's it. Do I bother you? No? Yeah? Alright, well, we going to go over here and rip them engines up. We going to go over here. We'll separate from you motherfuckers. We don't need you. I ain't need you then and I don't need you now. Now I got my brothers and sisters. I got the wolves with me. You get it? It's a new day. Trust me. I understand. It's scary. But you can best your fear.
If I let her in, more than likely, she gonna make me stronger, probably hurt me like the rest. But it's the love that I hunger. I wonder if it's me that's hurting myself. See all of her next moves, like Eve seeing herself. Never seen human love till I looked at myself. Everybody, or maybe soul, trying to control myself. Not smart or wise, my awareness is self. My consciousness, mind, body, and soul are one. I am self. Not beating their head, I got the open eye. GMB, Godman Bible, mad when I open lies. Just keep it real with me. Either you love me or you despise. If you discuss, let's discuss what's what so I can open minds. Not the light of the dark. I'm just stuck in between. Seen my vibration must be off, 'cause I was blessed with these wings. Rise as I fall, but there's an in-between. The core of my life is to live life and intervene. Wolf Guard.
Yeah. Should've done the rubber, then I just can't let it go. No, just can't let it go. No, just can't let it go. No. I should've done the rubber, then I just can't let it go. Baby double up like a duplex. She over 22 on my two-step. Pressure on the back, I leave it two stretch. Yin and yang, this ain't group sex. Probe in her mind, call it group text. She go in a line when a crew flex. Molded a prime cause my crew next. Jack and pressure, this ain't two vets. Two brains born in one soul. Two flames from the one mold. Two frames from one gold. Black and white, this is young and old. Popping her shit, plus she young and bold. Popping them scripts, trying to save his soul. So I'm rocking with it, trying to play the pro. We stripping them sins, I'm trying to pave the road. Giving them bars if she give me that look. You a helpmate was written in the book. Protect and provide, plus I'm dealing with the crook. She dealing with the devils unleashing the hooks. Lord on the mic when the lions in the booth. Dying with the word cause we living in the truth. Riding on his hate and his life in the goof. This is infinite art cause she's on me. Let's go. Should've done the rubber, then I just can't let it go. No, I just can't let it go. No, just can't let it go. No. I should've done the rubber, then I just can't let it go.
There she is, the one, she's the only one. All I know is that she is the one, he's the only